Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. My name is Amber if you're new here. And if you're any of my amazing 8 subscribers that I already have, then welcome back. I'm so excited to have you guys. I really can't believe that I have 8 subscribers. That's such like a tiny amount. But I can't believe that there's even one person that wants to listen to my ramblings. So I really appreciate y'all so much, more than you even know. So I thought today it would be fun to do my top 10 items. Just my top 10 favorite items from Vera as of today. I'm not going to put them in any specific order because just depending on the day, one of them may be my favorite over another, and then on a different day they may completely switch around and I might prefer a different item. So I'm not putting them in any order. There is no concealed carry content in this video. It's just my top 10 favorite items in no particular order. So we'll get started, and I may pop up some, some pictures here and there throughout the video, different things. I don't know. We'll see. So let's just get started. And like I said, these are in no particular order. I'm just going to grab them as we go and explain a little bit about why I love them. So let's start with one of my favorites always, and that is cosmetic bags. I have a few different ones. This one's a mini cosmetic in Park Stripe. We all know this has a front zip pocket, and then the interior main pocket is lined with plastic. This one was actually just a one-off. They did in this pattern, the Strawflowers pattern, and then they did it in black, and they just called it makeup bag. It's the Performance Twill makeup bag, but it's a fantastic size for your everyday bag. I use it all the time. This one is actually the older style small cosmetic, not the mini but the small, and it has a loop on the end here, which I love, and then on the inside it's that kind of plastic. This one was in Leopard. I never got a bag in this because I didn't want that much pattern on the outside of me, but for accessory items I thought it was really cute. And then this one is the Cosmetic Trio from the factory side, and this is one of my favorite cosmetic items ever. These are super slim. You get 3 different pieces, but they're great for your bags, your everyday bags. These do not have the plastic lining. Whoops, I haven't used the large piece yet, so. But these don't have the plastic lining. They're just quilted on the inside. But I don't typically use my cosmetic bags for makeup anyway. I just use them as catch-alls in my bags, so that doesn't bother me. Second item is, let's go with this one. This is the Vera Tote. Now, I don't have a lot of Vera Totes. I don't even have maybe 5. And I grabbed this one because it was the easiest for me to grab. This one is in Lilac Tapestry, which is a long retired pattern. Not super old, but, it's old. But I keep this one packed with just junk that goes in and out of my bags in various forms. It just has, I'll try to show you guys. It just has some screen wipers and sanitizers and masks, and I just keep different things in it that I use here and there. This version had a zip pocket across the back, a slip pocket in the front, no hidden pocket at the top up here, and then the 6 interior pockets that went around the inside. I prefer this version over the current version, or not the current version, but the version that was out right before this version in the recycled cotton. The reason that I prefer this version is because those pockets are separated. you get a slip pocket on the front that you can use, whereas the versions now have the zipper pocket that go right across this front slip pocket, and it's not as user-friendly to me, because once you put stuff in this slip pocket, then you try to utilize that zipper pocket on the front, and it gets so tight in there that it's hard to do anything with. But with this version, you had a slip pocket on the front, and then on the back, you had this other really, really large zip pocket. So they were separated to where you could actually use them both. I don't really use that hidden pocket at the top much anyway, because it pulls down the wall of my bag and drives me crazy. So, yep, there's that. Okay, the next item on my list, which will be the third one, and like I said, these are in no specific order, it's just the third one I'm going to show, are the pens. I love Vera Bradley pens. This is the, I don't know what it's called, but it's the more heavy-duty version that has the click at the top, and this is like all metal, and it's fairly heavy. This one's in Sure Thing, if you can see that. I don't know. But this is my real preference. And this is called the Ink Pen Set. $12.95. Set of 3. These are plastic, but they're also click pens. They're more lightweight. You get 3 patterns as opposed to 1. They're cheaper. And yes, these metal ones you can refill and reuse, but I'll be honest, I ain't got time for that. Like, I have too much going on in my life to be worrying about refilling an ink pen, and I'm never going to remember to do it. So I'm going to take the 3 patterns that are cheaper, that are more lightweight, that I like, and that's my preference. Alright, so the fourth item, let's go with this one. And again, no particular order. This is the Gen Zip ID. And this one is in Bahama Bay blue. You get a slip pocket here, the key ring, and then the back is just your zip ID. Your pocket with the little ID slip. The reason I like the Gen Zip ID so much, I like the zip IDs, but I find that usually they're too small for me. We're a family of 4, so by the time we put in our bank cards, credit cards, insurance cards, loyalty cards, a little bit of cash, because one of my kids is still in grade school and she always needs a little bit of cash or a few dollars for something, and maybe some change or whatever, those zip IDs get too full for me. I just can't fit everything that I need in there. But the Gen Zip, I can separate into 2 separate compartments, and as you can see, like, this item will really and truly bulk out if that's what you need it to do. But it'll also stay slim if that's how you want it as well. So you can fill these up as much as you want, and I'm not the type of person that really feels the need to separate all my cards into individual slip pockets and keep them all separated like that. So I throw all my junk in one pocket, and that's how I like it. So the Gen Zip ID is one of my favorite all-time items, and I'm super bummed that they don't make it anymore. Okay, next, let's go with my current bag that I'm still using. And that is the multi-strap shoulder bag. This is in the Performance Twill Tranquil Gray. And I can't tell you what it is about this bag that I love so much, but it's just a phenomenal bag. I love the material. The Performance Twill material is, I absolutely love it. It feels so nice against your hand. It's damn near weatherproof. The rain just rolls right off of it. It's wipeable, it's stain resistant. You can still throw it in the wash. They tell you to spot clean it, but I have thrown mine in the wash with no issue. I don't know. I think this is a great mid-size style. It's more of a satchel to me, so you can just grab it by these handles and run if you want to, or you can throw it across your shoulder like this, or you can lengthen that strap and use it as a crossbody. There's just so many options for this bag, and I love it. It is one of my favorite styles. Again, if you're unfamiliar, there is a front magnetic pocket that goes from here to here all the way to the bottom. Back side has a slip pocket. The top has a zip closure with that little flap on the zip. And then inside you have your standard 2 slip pockets and 1 zip. And it's just a great bag. It really, really is. Excuse me. Okay, next, let's go with, I don't know what number I'm on, but I'll number them up on the screen with the titles and all that as we go. Next are wristlets. Now, as I said a minute ago, I am not a full-size wallet person. Typically, I use a compact wallet of some sort. It's just my preference. And I carry enough junk in my bags that I need to save space wherever I can, so I don't tend to use full-size wallets. But if I do need a full-size wallet or something larger, I don't usually go for wallets. I tend to go for wristlets. And the reason that I prefer wristlets over wallets is because they're easy grab and go. I can throw my phone in these, my cards, cash, my keys. These just hold a ton. So this one is the front zip wristlet, and I can't remember the color of this. I want to say this is Gloxenia, but it may not be. But the front zip wristlet, if you're unfamiliar, has this front zip pocket. It's just an open pocket. The wristlet strap is attached. You can't take it off, but it zips around the corner. And then inside you get 6 slip pockets on this side and 1 long slip pocket on this side for bills, receipts, however you want. And then it's just open. It's just wide open. So when I use these, I typically put whatever change I have out here. Cards, phone, cash, the rest of it goes in there. Sorry about that. Okay, so this one was the front zip wristlet. This one is I believe this is called the RFID wristlet, but if I'm wrong, I'll pop the proper name of it up on the screen. This one is in Performance Twill Black, and this one's probably my favorite of all of them. On this one, the front is just clean. You've got your little label right there. Across the back, you have this full-length zip pocket, and it is those Performance Twill zippers that are amazing. Your wristlet strap on this one is completely detachable. It's not your zipper pull either, so you can choose to leave it or take it off. And then when you unzip this one, let me try to show you the best I can. The layout on this is what's just amazing. You have all these card slips. It is RFID, as you can see down in that corner. And then behind all these card slips, you get a big slip pocket there. Then on this other side, you get 2 ID windows, 2 more card slips, and then another full-size slip pocket there. A lot of people will use that for bills and receipts. I actually like to put my phone in one of those because it's a perfect size. And then it's not floating down in this middle area, and I can use, throw my keys and a chapstick down in there with all my other junk. And this is something that I tend to use for more formal events too, because it looks nice, it holds up well, it's a good size. It's one of my favorites. And then this one is called, I have to look at my notes, y'all, because I can't remember the name of this one. Okay, this one's called the Anna wristlet, and the color is called Camofloral Nude. This was one of my best purchases I ever made, one of my best finds. And I'm going to make a video about that too, so I'm not going to disclose too much just yet. But this one's kind of like the RFID wristlet, whereas you've just got your label and your pretty design and colors on the front. You flip it around and you have this nice big zip pocket. And this is a metal zip, but it works great. It's smooth. This one is leather too. And then you unzip it, and that tab does go a little further. And on this one, the wristlet strap is attached. It's not detachable, and it is your zipper pull. But this one's enormous, you guys. It's got 1, 2, 3. It's got 6 slip pockets on this wall. And then this wall, again, just has that really large slip. And on this one, my phone does not fit in that slip pocket. So it just has to go right down in the middle, but you can see how much room is in there. Whoops. You can see how much room's in there. So this is another great grab and go option. And I do prefer wristlets over wallets just for that reason, because you can still throw your absolute bare necessities that you need in there and have them all ready to go and just run and do what you need to do. Okay, so the next item is the Hadley On the Go. And I love this bag. It's another item that's been retired, of course, because I love it. If you're unfamiliar, this has an adjustable strap. It's not detachable, but it is adjustable. It's got these two little handles that I've actually used before, but they're on both sides of the bag, and when your bag's full, it kind of tends to slouch a little bit. So these handles will just kind of fall down with it, or where they'll kind of sit at the top, you can grab them like little grab handles and just run if you need to hurry or whatever. But they're also just little decoration. They're really cute. And then right here, you have this hidden zip. And while there is no concealed carry content in this video, this is one of my favorite bags for concealed carry. Because not only do you have this little hidden zip on the front, you've also got it right here on the back. Right there. Great bag for concealed carry. But this is also a really good bag for anyone, for everyday use. I would say this is on the larger side of medium bags, if that makes sense. This is a medium-sized bag to me, but it is on the larger end of the spectrum for medium-sized bags. So you have those 2 zip pockets on the outside, and then the inside is your standard zip, and then 2 slips. But the difference is that the Hadley On the Go was made at the time when Vera was doing that charge on the go thing. So this slip pocket right here also has this little elastic pocket inside of it that's made to hold your portable charger and then run your charging cord through this little grommet into this zip pocket so you can charge it and all that. But that just seems like a lot of work to me when you can just connect them and throw them in there. But regardless, this bag style is definitely one of my all-time favorites for sure. So again, this was the Hadley On the Go in Lilac Medallion, one of my favorite prints as well. Excuse me. I think that was 8. Let me count. That was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. So my 8th pick, and again, these are in no order. I'm just trying to remember how many I've shown y'all. Is the throw blankets. And I'm not going to be able to show this very well. This one is the Anchors Aweigh throw blanket. And if you look behind me right here, you can see another one of the throw blankets. This one is in Tropical Evening. Both of those are factory side. The rest of the throw blankets that are in my household, which are about, I don't know how many more, a bunch, probably 10 or so. They're all in use in my kids' rooms, in the living room, and my bedroom. They're all around. So I'm just going to put some pictures up on the screen of the different types of throw blankets. And I will say that my favorite is probably the extra large throw blanket. And those are rare, unfortunately. And they're a lot more expensive than the regular throw blanket, but still one of my favorites. Okay, the next item is the RFID card case. And this one is in charcoal medallion. And like I said, I love compact wallets. And this is one of my favorite styles for compact wallets. You have the little quick release clasp there. On the back, there's a slip pocket. And then if you open this flap up, this is one of my favorite things about this. You have a clear ID window up here, which is whatever. That's neither here nor there to me. But one of my favorite things about this item, if I can show you, is that right here on the front of it, when you unsnap it, the first thing you see is 2 card slots. 1 and 2 right there. And the reason I like that so much is because the factory side makes an item called a petite zip around wallet, I think, or something like that. And it's basically this part right here. It has a zip on it. One side has an ID window, nothing on the other side. And then you open it up and it's basically this. A slip, an open section, a zip, an open section, and there's another slip on it on this one. But the reason that I like this so much is because they put this flap on the front, right? You open this flap, and then the 2 or 4 cards that you use the most and your ID, you can have right here as soon as this flap opens. And you don't even have to get in this zipper. And that's how I use this. I will put my ID up here. I'll put my debit credit card I use the most, and my grocery store loyalty card that I use the most right up here in the front. Everything else that I don't use very often at all just goes in these little pockets, and I zip it up. And it's perfect because I never hardly have to get into this, but it's all right there with me if I need it. So this is one of my, oh, and I forgot, there's also another little hidden slip pocket right here behind that zip section. So this is definitely one of my favorite items, especially for a compact wallet. So the RFID compact wallet. What was this called again? The RFID card case. I'll get it together one of these days. Alright, and I think we're on to the last item. My last pick is the CARA convertible crossbody. I have several of these again, because when I find a style I really, really like, I tend to get a lot of it. This was one of the first leather bags that Vera came out with. And mine is stuffed, so I'll pull it out like this. It's got a rosewood interior, and this color was called Claret, something like that. But this style came with a couple of different options. It came with this longer strap, and it does have a buckle adjuster on it, but it has enough of these little tab pieces to keep your strap down that's fine. I typically prefer the slide adjuster as opposed to a buckle adjuster, because I don't like this part of the strap just flopping around. But this one stays down really, really well, and then it'll clip on the other side right here. The other thing that this bag came with was a shorter strap, and the way that you used it was you just unbuckled this longer piece and you buckled the shorter piece in and then clipped it on, and it gave you a short shoulder strap. So you had a short shoulder strap, or top handle, however you want to look at it, or a long shoulder strap for this bag. And My favorite type of bag is a crossbody, for sure. So I typically keep the longer strap on it. But for nicer occasions, that shorter strap is really, really useful. So this style came with feet on the bottom to protect it. It's not super, super deep, but it is a great mid-size bag. I've found that this style is really, really, really what it works really good for me. So the features of it are, on the back, you have a magnetic closed pocket that works really, really well. The front, it had a magnetic snap closure, so works really good. And then you have this zip right here, and it is metal, but I've had no issue with it. And this goes to about right here, so maybe 2/3 of the way across the bag. And if you are doing the concealed carry thing, this is a great style that's a little more upscale that will hold your G. So once you open the flap, mine is stuffed and I don't want to take all this junk out, but let me see if I can show you. On the back, you have a really good sized zipper pocket along this back wall. And then around the front, you have two really decent sized slip pockets right there and there. So this is definitely one of my favorite bag styles from Vera, and I'm super sad that they discontinued it because I got it in most of the colors that I really truly wanted, but you know, they've come out with some since then that I would have loved to have had in this style because, like I said, the leather from Vera is, it's not the main thing that I buy from them because their quilted cotton is what they're known for. It's what they're iconic for, right? But they make really nice, really good quality leather bags too. And that CARA convertible crossbody, it's a great bag. It's one of my favorites. So that's my top 10 Vera Bradley items in no particular order again. These are just the items that I find myself reaching for the most out of all of my collection, all of the random items that I have. I'm sure there are other items that I really like and really love and use all the time that didn't make this list that I'll think of later and I'll be like, damn, I really should have put that in there, but I forgot. So what are some of your all's favorite items? Let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, or you just want to say hi, leave me a comment. I love talking to y'all. And that's it for now. See you later.